Boo! Boo! Did I scare you again? Well, good. I hope I did, because we're back with more TTBurger game reviews, continuing this Halloween extravaganza with some more horror Halloween themed game reviews here on my channel TTBurger 8, and I am your host Tony. And Halloween is very close to coming here this Saturday, and today is Wednesday, and we got two more videos. We got this video, and then the finale on Friday after that. So we got a lot to cover here. And today, I want to talk a little bit about Castlevania. Now, those of you who've been following my channel know that 2 years ago, for my Halloween special tweet back in 2018, I reviewed a Castlevania game called Castlevania Lament of Innocence, the first real 3D Castlevania game ever released, and it was definitely one of my favorites, let alone my favorite game of all time. Now, I know people have wanted me to review Castlevania Symphony of the Night because it's considered the best Castlevania game and stuff like that. And I will admit, I do enjoy the game. It's not my favorite game of the franchise, but it's one of my top favorites, definitely. But I unfortunately will not be looking at Castlevania Symphony of the Night for this episode, because Symphony of the Night has been talked about by a lot of people on YouTube and stuff like that. So I wanted to cover one of the lesser known ones, one of the ones that wasn't as popular as Symphony of the Night and stuff. And that's what we got here. Now, continuing the 3D era of Castlevania, like, this was back in the year 2005, going on 2006, where I was a junior in high school, and I learned about a new Castlevania game released for the PlayStation 2, and for the first time ever, for the Xbox. And with another 3D Castlevania game in the making here, we had high hopes for it, definitely. And which game are you talking about today? We're going to be talking about Castlevania Curse of Darkness for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, released in the year 2005 by Konami. The PlayStation 2 version, the only version I have, so we're going to take a look at that. Now, Castlevania Curse of Darkness is a great Castlevania game, not as good as Castlevania Lament of Innocence, but it still holds its charm, definitely. This game is kind of a throwback to the original 2D games. It's basically a 3D game with some 2D elements in it and stuff like that, and that's what this game was like well known for. It had 2D elements in it, so that how you just go around just like killing all the enemies like in corridors and stuff like that, like how it was before and stuff, definitely. And that's basically what it is there. But we got a lot to talk about here, so let's get started. The story of Castlevania Curse of Darkness takes place in the year 1479, 3 years after Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, the prequel to the original Castlevania. Although Dracula was defeated by vampire hunter Trevor Belmont, his curse continues all throughout Europe and spreading disease, mob violence, and more and more and more. And upon all this, Hector, who is our main protagonist here, who is a devil forge master, is trying to avenge Dracula and his nemesis Isaac for the death of his beloved Rosalie. So he goes into this abandoned castle where Isaac dares him to regain his powers by playing along with this game and stuff like that. And that's pretty much what happens there. Like, he travels through Transylvania and stuff like that, and he encounters people like a witch named Julia Leforzé and stuff like that. And an interesting thing here, Trevor Belmont appears in this game too. Yeah, the mighty vampire hunter Trevor Belmont is in this game too, and that's really cool there. It would have been cool if we had to hear some more background about like Simon Belmont in this game, but hell, having Trevor Belmont in this game, that's actually great, because Simon Belmont can't be in every game, because like I said, it's like this game takes place in 1479, like before he was born, so of course he wasn't going to be in it and stuff, definitely. There's more to the story there and stuff, but I will talk, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who liked Castlevania and stuff, like the storyline, so I'm just going to leave it like that and stuff. The story is mostly told through these pre-rendered cutscenes, which look fantastic for its time. Like, seeing the game's cutscenes for the first time, the cutscenes look so good that I literally thought that these were live-action cutscenes. That's how good they look. They almost look like real people, and that was really cool there. In fact, it's one of the strong points of the graphics department, which I'll talk about right now. Like I mentioned about the cutscenes look fantastic, and the in-game graphics look great as well. I mean, there are a couple slowdowns here and there with a lot of enemies on the screen and stuff, but it's not that big of an issue with the frame rate or anything. Like, the backgrounds you go in are really nice. Like, you got the old castle, you got like the country road and stuff like that, and then you like go underground and stuff like that. I mean, like, it is a great looking game. Like, it takes advantage of the PlayStation 2's hardware. I know that I heard that both the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 versions look the same, like similar to one another. So whatever copy you get, you're in for a treat definitely. Is what I'm trying to say there. For sound we gotta talk about here, and I'm gonna say about the sound here first. Like this time for like once again like in Lament of Innocence, you have two audio tracks, the Japanese and the English. Like in Lament of Innocence, I'm keeping it in English because the lip syncing matches up to the English, and while the Japanese is good, I actually feel like the English voice acting is better once again because like it matches up to the lip syncing, and just yeah, that's one of those cases where I like the English more than the Japanese, and that's what I'm trying to say there. And the voice acting is really good, like especially Hector, he sounds the best. He sounds angry, he wants revenge, and that's what he wants definitely, and that's what he does there. And like, I really feel like a lot of care effort went into the sound and everything, but the music is badass, especially like when in the abandoned castle when you have that rock tune stuff like that, like the gothic type Castlevania tune stuff. You know you're in for a treat there when you have some kick-ass music like that. The other sound effects like your sword and everything like that, they sound good, and like when the enemies die, they sound good too. So sound is definitely one of the biggest strong points of Castlevania Curse of Darkness here. Now get into the gameplay here, and like I said, the gameplay is pretty much a combination of 2D and 3D gameplay. Like you move around in a three-dimensional environment, stuff like that, moving around and stuff. But it has 2D elements, like when you're in narrow corridors, killing enemies over and over, stuff like that, like how it was in the regular Castlevania games. We just go through halls of enemies, stuff like that and stuff, and that's pretty much what you do there. You also buy weapons like axes and swords and like spears, and like you get like weapons for your knuckles, stuff like that, and just that lot of cool weapons there and stuff. You got armor too, like how that there. And like and you got some kick-ass boss fights as well, like the boss fights are fun. And you also have like little CPUs will help you too, like a fairy or a golem, stuff like that. You can name whatever you want. And they give you a random name each time. Like for the fairy, it gave me the nickname Kiki, and for like the golem or whatever you call him, they gave him the name Ian. So I just kept it like that because I'm not picky with the names there. But these partners here can help you because like the fairy can heal you, or like the golem can attack the enemies for you and stuff. But you need hearts to refill their energy. Once they run out of energy, they can't help you. But you can refill. You can find hearts of that, like how it was in the other games. Like you find hearts, and they help you there with your items and stuff, and more and more. Pretty interesting idea to have on paper there, definitely. Of course, you also have the shop that Julia owns, where you can buy items and weapons and stuff like that. But like, the shops are very scarce and far off, so you gotta find like tickets to transport you over there and stuff in case you need help or anything. Same with like tickets to get the savings too, if you're like far away and you need help and stuff. That's what it is. So definitely interesting there. I mean, this game definitely is kind of a throwback to the original Castlevania games, because it definitely has those 2D elements in it with all the hacking and slashing, and you level up and everything too. Has those Symphony of the Night elements there where you can level up to, like how it was with Lament of Innocence. And that's just basically what I'm talking about there. But now getting into the negatives here, and now I got some negatives here I gotta talk about. That make this game not as good as Lament of Innocence. First off, while I do like the idea of having the 2D elements where you go from corridor to corridor fighting enemies and stuff like that, the problem is some of the enemies repeat a little too often, and it can come kind of boring facing the same enemies over and over and over again. And like, I mean, sure, like there's a big variety of enemies, but depending where you are, you fight the same enemies over and over again at times in these corridors, and a lot of the corridors can look the same, and that's kind of a problem there in my opinion, definitely. But that's just me though. And also, this game does rely on map use quite a bit. You spend time pausing to look at the map by pressing the select button, trying to like look at the map, make sure you're heading in the right direction, stuff like that. Because with a lot of the corridors looking similar to one another, you can easily get lost in this game if you don't look at the map very often, stuff. And like the map fills up as time goes up, and once you get the complete map, it's easier. But still, like you can get lost easily if you don't look at your map often. But still, it's good to look at the map there. And the game, it is somewhat lengthy, just like it's like 10 hours or something like that, or maybe longer. I mean, like, it's depending on how good you are. But like, yeah, like those problems there do kind of affect the game, because like going through the same corridors over and over, they look similar to one another. The Japanese voice acting not being as good as the English and stuff, and like fighting the same enemies over and over and stuff, and relying on map use. This does affect the game, but it's not a terrible game. I mean, like, I understand that, like, yeah, Castlevania knows this stuff, but when you fight a bunch of skeletons over and over at times, it can get monotonous, a little boring and monotonous at times. If you want something different, there is what I'm trying to say. But that's just me though and stuff. If you can look past those problems there, Castlevania Curse of Darkness is definitely a go-to Castlevania game. While it's not as good as Lament of Innocence, it's still worthy in your collection of Castlevania games and Halloween horror theme games definitely. So my final thoughts here are, if you can find this game on the PlayStation 2 or Microsoft's Xbox or so, you're in for a treat because this game is still worth it. Just be known that some of those problems there that I mentioned can be a turn-off, but still, a good game overall, definitely. Due to the complaints I have with Castlevania Curse of Darkness, the score I'll be giving this is an 8 out of 10. The best score to give it, I mean, it's not as good as Lament of Innocence, but still worthy of a Castlevania game, definitely. And that's pretty much it for this episode 156. Stay tuned because the grand finale will be up soon. Will be up on Friday, and the grand finale Halloween community specials will be there. So be on the lookout because there was a lot to talk about and a lot on the way. So just telling you now, the grand finale will be there. What will I be doing? Will I be doing a game review? Will I be doing a top 10 list? Will I be doing a let's play or so? You'll have to find out. I can't tell you because I don't want to spoil it. And that's pretty much all I got to say for this episode. You like what you see? Subscribe, like the video, comment down below, join my Discord group, TTBurger Gaming Snacks. Always looking for more people to join. The link is in the description below. It is a link. It is a permanent link that will not go away. So just click on it because it won't go into 24 hours. So just click on it if you want to join my group because always looking for more people to join. Which all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace and out. Have a great day and see you all in the next video on Friday.